In her latest attempt to get internet famous, Lily has decided to start her own online food vlog channel, The Food Queen Extreme. Lily isn't exactly an expert chef, but who needs cooking skills when you've got the recipe for using perfect ratios? Let's take a look at what Lily is making first. Major League Cheesy Potatoes. The recipe calls for 3 parts potato for every 1 part cheese. The relationship between the amount of potatoes in her recipe and the amount of cheese is called a ratio. We can write it using the word to, like this, using a colon, like this, or as a fraction, like this. No matter how we write it, each of these ratios is read as 3 to 1. The meaning of the numbers and their order is given to Lily in the recipe. Potatoes first, followed by the cheese. But if Lily makes a mistake and flips the ratio, now the ratio is 1 part potato for every 3 parts cheese. A potato to cheese ratio of 1 to 3 would be crazy cheesy. This is why with ratios, order matters. It's just like with fractions. 3 over 1 is not the same as 1/3. Okay, that was a great recipe for people who love cheesy ballpark food. But up next is something on the lighter side. Yoga berry banana smoothies. The recipe calls for 4 parts strawberry for every 3 parts banana. But this recipe only works for 1 person. How does Lily blend for more than 1? We've already seen a few ways to write ratios. Now let's see how we can use a table to organize our information. We know that for every 4 parts strawberry, we need 3 parts banana. How about smoothies for 2? If we double the parts of strawberry, we'll have 8 parts strawberry and we'll need 6 parts of banana. And for 3 people, that's a ratio of 12 parts strawberries to 9 parts bananas. We know the perfect 4 to 3 ratio is still in the smoothie, because if we write the ratios as fractions, the fractions are equal. 12 over 9 reduces to 4 over 3. Can Lily make an extreme smoothie for a yoga class of 10 people? I think we're gonna need a bigger blender. The last recipe on Lily's list is for Chew Mocha brownies. It features 3 parts caramel for every 5 parts chocolate. We can represent this relationship in yet another way, a tape diagram. In this diagram, each of the small rectangles represents 1 part of the whole. This shows the ratio of caramel to chocolate as 3 to 5. But how can we use the diagram to help us double Lily's recipe? Simply by changing the value of each rectangle from 1 to 2, the top 3 rectangles now represent 6 parts caramel, and the 5 rectangles on the bottom represent 10 parts chocolate. Now we have the equivalent ratio 6 to 10. If we look at the ratios as fractions, 6/10 reduces to 3/5, so we know that they are equal. To review, ratios describe a relationship between 2 numbers. They can be represented with the word to, with a colon in standard ratio notation, or as fractions. They can also be visually represented with tables and tape diagrams. And remember, with ratios, order matters. Looks like Lily is all ready to give her brownies a taste test. Hey, Lily, give a shout to all your fans. How did they turn out?
Blech.